Before we get into your reading, I'd like to start by thanking everyone who has liked and commented on the videos, as well as subscribed and donated to my channel. I really appreciate it, you guys. And if you'd like to book a personal reading with me, you can find all of my contact information, including my email and social media links, as well as links to my music and podcast in the description below this video. Okay, let's get into your reading. What do we have for Scorpio? Judgment at the foundation. Pluto, Scorpio, that is your energy right there. You know, as I was going into this reading, I was wondering, if we were going to get something exciting to start the reading, and we couldn't get anything more exciting than a little judgment, Scorpio. So here we are, and this is definitely the season of judgment, especially with all these retrogrades going on right now. There's a lot of old energies being resurfaced, unearthing. And Scorpio, I feel for the most part, all of you are on the right side of this. You're on the side of the light. You're on the side of the divine and God. And for some of you, you're transitioning over into this energy now, waking up to all these systems that were put in place to keep you stuck inside this dark, demonic, matrix-like energy. And I say matrix-like energy because what we're starting to realize more and more as we experience this judgment energy is that our environment is built in such a way to keep us inside an illusion, to keep us in this dreamlike state of never actually seeing the truth. So we just pass through our life and never understand what life was really all about. We're starting to understand that our entire environment, for the most part, is constructed to indoctrinate us inside of a Luciferian agenda. You see, Scorpio, when we're incarnated in this life, we come down here with very specific purposes that we're meant to fulfill. However, as soon as we enter the Earth's atmosphere, spiritually speaking, all memory of this is erased, and it's erased by the Luciferian agenda inside this low vibrational atmosphere that the devil is in charge of. Our job is to come down here, work inside of our purpose, wake people up to this, and to help keep the collective vibration of the planet in a balanced state so it doesn't become overrun by this specific Luciferian agenda. People that are in our life are also a part of this. Our parents, siblings, friends. This is all stuff we're waking up to now. And if there was going to be a card for keeping the vibration of the planet in a balanced state, I would have to say it would be Temperance, Sag energy. This is you, Scorpio, understanding how life works, understanding that you play a very important part in evolution, in illuminating the truth. Each one of us has a very specific plan that's put in place for us. No matter what it is you do, it's all about where you are, okay? So again, it's not really so much about what you do, it's about where you are, and are you doing what you're supposed to be doing where you are. You're placed in an exact location in this universe to create influence, a universal influence. And even though that sounds a lot bigger than what some of you may be doing, you have to understand that even though your role seems insignificant, your role is just as important as everybody else's. We work like a wave. It's this collective vibration that we all add to. Now, the way this is going to show up in your life is how you live your life, how you live your day to day. If you were to measure your vibration right now, where do you think it would sit? High or low? What are you dealing with? What's affecting that, right? These are all things we need to understand, and we need to start auditing these friendships, these relationships, these situations we're in. We need to start analyzing what it is that's trying to keep us in this indoctrinated state, right? When you do this, this is you waking up to the matrix. We still have to live inside of the matrix, but we don't need to be asleep inside of it. And we also don't need to be out there screaming from the tops of mountains about what's going on here. It's almost something that is to remain unspoken, Scorpio. You just need to put it into action in your own life and move forward. As you can see, the Temperance Angel here is staying very balanced, very harmonious, and moving away from what can be perceived as the chaos, the exploding volcano, right? But there's an awareness, right? As you can see, they've got something. They understand something. They're also keeping well balanced with the elements, water and earth. It's as if we're to work inside of our purpose in a fashion, I don't want to say that goes unnoticed, but just kind of is Scorpionic-like, right? Real mysterious. There's a lot of evolution and progression taking place, but you don't need to put it on Front Street. This is the Scorpio energy, moving in the dark, moving in the shadows, moving without people actually knowing what you're doing. This is how you align with evolution perfectly, Scorpio. You just know what you know, and you make your moves in a very deliberate fashion. You don't need to validate those moves from anybody around you. You know what you know, and that's all there is to it. What do we have at the solar plexus? This is you staying in a very creative, passionate energy, optimistic towards life and why you're here. There's no reason to take what I'm saying on board and to allow yourself to be brought down or feel oppressed by what's going on around you. Empower yourself with this information and know that by you stepping into your power is you winning the war in your own life. All you're responsible for, Scorpio, is winning the war in your own life. And that creates an energetic influence, a shock wave, if you will, across the collective. It creates an influence. By creating this influence, Scorpio, you energetically manifest yourself into a new timeline. That's why a lot of you are starting to realize that people that used to be in your lives, family members, siblings, friends, whoever it is, coworkers, it's almost like they don't even exist anymore, right? This is the feeling of being on another timeline. These individuals, Scorpio, couldn't contact you even if they tried, okay? It's like something will block them. Something will stop them. This is the divine protecting you because you've awoken to the matrix. You're no longer under matrix control, so to speak. Unfortunately, when we're incarnated, we're born into the matrix. Most of our parents have no idea what's going on, okay? It's only really, I'd say, recent years that people are starting to really, truly wake up to how energy works. Although a lot of you out there are going to be many different ages, a lot of your parents just didn't understand this, okay? Because if they did, you wouldn't be here right now probably listening to this reading. Your soul wouldn't be guiding you towards guidance, okay? But in saying all that, Scorpio, I would go ahead and say that there's probably close to no people on this planet that were born into the matrix awakened because they had parents that were awakened. Now, moving forward, some of you will go on to have children and you will adopt this new way of doing things. You'll make sure that your kids are awakened to how the matrix works, and this will create an influence globally. And over time, we will start seeing how the individual wars that we win in our own lives are now having a collective influence. They're trickling out. Micro you to macro the collective. okay? It just takes time. And this is the same thing as above, so below. As above the universe, the planets, so below you. So again, you just need to win the war in your own life, Scorpio. This is all that you're required to do. Wheel of Fortune at the solar plexus. Everything now moving in your favor. You're starting to see, Scorpio, that by living inside of this energy, understanding how this works, all the energy starts moving for you. Luck is on your side. Good fortune is on your side. You're now understanding the cycles of life. You have this bigger picture kind of vision. You're understanding your destiny, or enough of it, to get moving. And you have a lot of good karma that's working in your favor by stepping into this energy. Scorpio, we only have 3 cards on the table, and this is all major arcana, a very powerful energy here. I'm speaking to some very high vibrational Scorpios today, or cross watchers. You don't even have to be a Scorpio. If the reading resonates with you, it resonates with you. Some of you are just now entering this path, so you're getting a glimpse at what future energies are looking like for you. You just need to keep going. A lot of you are out there struggling financially, living situations, relationships in your life. All I can tell you is that when you step into this energy, all of that just starts to fade away. Finances become a worry of the past. And I speak from experience. Until I stepped into my purpose, I was in perpetual debt. I could not get out of debt. There was always something, right? I moved into my purpose, and now money is something that I don't even really have to think about. I don't have debt. I'm functioning where I'm supposed to be in the universe. I'm in alignment with evolution, my highest self. I'm working on the light side of the divine, and things are moving for me because you're allowing yourself to be supported by the divine. You're not allowing the matrix to indoctrinate you. Now, Scorpio, something else you need to understand here. A very small percentage of this planet actually wakes up to this. So when you start getting the support from the divine, it's all consuming. It's way more than you could possibly ever imagine because the divine is excited that you've woken up to this. You're in a very small percentage of people that actually wake up. So they're all in on board with you, and you're able to manifest on a dime whatever it is you feel you need in your life to function inside of your purpose. And for all of us, this is going to be some sort of financial prosperity so we can make a real world impact. So again, Scorpio, the divine wants to give you blessings, wants to bring your manifestations to a full material harvest in your everyday life. You just need to be in service, first and foremost to yourself, and then the collective. What do we have at the heart? Wow. 9 of Cups, Pisces energy at the heart. Standing in your purpose, standing in your power, in service to yourself first and foremost, Scorpio. The power position. Now you have the power to help others, the collective. You've got to get yourself there first. You need to let go of any cycles from the past, Scorpios, that are trying to hold you back, not allow you to move forward. These bitter, hateful energies, these individuals that were in your life that have subscribed to the Luciferian agenda, whether they even know it or not, okay? A lot of people don't even know that. They subscribe to it by behavioral patterns, by following trends inside of the matrix, stuff like this. You need to be very careful what goes into your mind and then affects you. We're pelted with information on a daily basis, so it's almost impossible to be clued up on what's going on in the world around you without being pelted with all this information. However, you need to really pick and choose what you allow to affect you and what you actually take on board, right? You know, whenever I'm browsing TikTok, I see these people who get caught up in these TikTok trends, and I would have to say that 90% of them are very sexually based. Okay, there's an energy on this planet that really wants to demoralize women and men. It goes both ways. It's happening on both sides now. It's like a demoralizing of this young culture, right, that's coming up now. And of course, this has always been here in some capacity, but because we have social media, things like TikTok, it's happening at a much more rapid pace. It's very important, Scorpios, that you do not get wrapped up in these sorts of trends. And TikTok is just one example of how these trends can show up in your everyday life. They're just bringing the focus in on what I think is happening, but people aren't really seeing it. It's very disturbing. It's very disgusting, okay? And what these things are meant to do, they're meant to indoctrinate us into this matrix-style way of living, right? So we vibrate at a lower frequency. We give up our energy all over the place. By then, having some predisposed perception of what relationships should be. So this very overly sexualized society that's coming up underneath us right now, they have this perception on what love is, what intimacy is. It's very broken, and it's very, very dark and very demonic. And what they're trying to do, Scorpio, is just run out your life clock. Just distract you long enough to where you don't notice it. And then before you know it, your life has passed you by, or you've made some decisions based off of these things that get absorbed into you, and you're at a point in your life where there's no turning back. Scorpios, you guys are also starting to see this now. Especially the Scorpio collective, because you guys are the house of transformation, the 8th house of rebirth. Changes, right? Phoenix rising from the ashes. That's what the Scorpio energy is. Scorpios need to face the darkness within themselves, to break out of these patterns that we've been indoctrinated into without even knowing it. Once you do this, Scorpio, the world is yours. And you have access to everything because you become an influence that's very valuable. And the divine is going to position you in your life, whatever it is you do in your life, to be able to influence others. What do we have at the throat? Throat position. Wow. 8 of Cups, Pisces energy again. So this is you moving on from everything that does not serve your highest good. Because you understand that when you move on from this stuff, you create a collective shift. Scorpio energy is very influential. You're either knocked down in the dirt, running out your life clock, or you're standing on top of the world, Scorpio, creating a very powerful influence by which other people can now use as an example to rebuild their own lives. This is you learning from all these cycles you've been through, Scorpio, taking it on as wisdom with no regrets, owning up to all of it, facing off with all of it, allowing things to just be out in the open, raw and honest, Scorpio, and using it to your advantage. There's a lot of accountability being had inside the Scorpio collective. This is you guys facing off with your struggles, mistakes you've made, so you can step into this energy. We're meant to think that owning up to yourself, taking accountability, is something to be scared of. It's absolutely not. Because once you do it, you'll wish you had done it sooner, because there's nothing to be afraid of. When you encompass this sort of way of perceiving life, Scorpio, by owning up to your mistakes, it shifts you onto a new timeline. Your old life ceases to exist. Everything shifts and changes. And in areas of your life where you felt people didn't respect you, or people didn't think you had anything positive to say, or had anything to say that could make any sort of an influence, within the blink of an eye, by taking accountability, you're now somebody who's highly respected. Because let's face it, not a lot of people take accountability. If every person on this planet took accountability, then we wouldn't even be having this conversation right now. We'd be living in the golden ages, right? It'd be like heaven on earth. So you're starting to see, by not taking accountability and trying to sweep things under the rug, Scorpio, and not facing off with your shadow side, is really an element of being indoctrinated by the Matrix. Oh, let's just hide it. Let's just move on with life and push it down with something inside the matrix, right? Sex, drugs, alcohol, whatever, you know? What do we have at the third eye? Seven of Wands. Wow. These cards are really following up what I'm saying perfectly. This is how I know that I'm tapped into a reading, is when this happens. Scorpios, the first 5 cards in my readings are the narrative. This is what's taking place, okay? Third eye position, 7 of Wands, Leo energy, is where the divine is trying to get you, Scorpios. 7 of Wands is an energy of taking a stand. It's an energy of battling. It's an energy of perseverance, defending your truth, Scorpio, facing off with your shadow side and all those who caused you to quite possibly function from this low vibrational version of yourself, pushing away from these learned behavioral patterns, ending these relationships in your life, friends, family members, siblings, coworkers that do not resonate with this new timeline that you're shifting onto. This is an energy of perspective, Scorpio. You're seeing the truth. You have this universal perspective on things now. This is somebody who's taken accountability for themselves, and people do not like it. Because when you take accountability for yourself, Scorpio, it has a way of exposing the truth about a lot of people around you, especially family members. Because again, let's face it, the chances that every single one of your family members have taken accountability for their actions you're taking accountability for so you can ascend, is probably 0. Okay? So all of a sudden, you are now the enemy. You are the black sheep. You are a threat because you have done something that they were never able to do. What do we have at the crown, please? Queen of Swords at the crown, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. This is you being very honest, Scorpio, with yourself, your environment. Everything that's happened in your life up until this very, very moment. Allowing the truth to surface and just dealing with it all, facing off so you can ascend, Scorpios. A lot of these situations you guys have been in are meant to keep you in a confused state, meant to keep you idle. When you look at things from a universal perspective, a lot of the things that you guys have been hard on yourselves about in your life don't even matter from a universal perspective. Just deal with them, Scorpio, and move on. You're needed, and you have way bigger fish to fry. You have a universal purpose. You need to understand that these energies want to keep you inside a box, keep you small, keep you held down by things that don't even really matter. So just deal with it, Scorpio, whatever it is, and get moving. Queen of Swords energy is the energy the divine wants you to utilize to get through the narrative. Being very honest, being very organized, being very perceptive about your environment, and stepping into this new path, Scorpio. A path that each and every one of you out there, every single one of you, need to take on your own. However that shows up in your life. You don't take a buddy. You don't take a family member. You got to go it alone, Scorpios. You have a very, very ginormous purpose in this lifetime. This does not mean that you need to be famous or rich or anything like this. It just means that you need to be where the divine needs you. That allocated position that I always talk about in my readings. You need to be inside of that space, doing you, working on your purpose. That's it, Scorpio. Everything else is secondary to that. It's like each one of us has this allocated position, and think of it like we all create a big web. Each one of us is a point of a web. And by being in those positions in the universe, inside the collective on Earth, the divine is able to flow through us, which creates an energetic, vibrational influence. It's like we're all little beacons of light. What do we have at the foundation? Let's see what demons are trying to keep my Scorpio collectives root chakra blocked, please. Ooh. Wow. Hierophant, Arias. I read these as reversals, so this is the Hierophant in reverse. This is a godless, demonic individual. Let's just go ahead and say this is the Luciferian agenda showing up at the foundation of the reading as the resistance, Scorpios. This energy is going to show up in people in your life. Looks like this person here has just been caught doing something very trifling in the dark with what looks to be an octopus dog, something sexual there. This person has a rump roast in one hand, a meat hook in one hand. This person could have a low-hanging hairy belly, male or female. But doesn't it look like you've just opened up a door, Scorpio, and they're like, oh, could you shut the door, please? These are the individuals in your life being exposed for who they truly are, Scorpio. You just needed to look a little closer. But now you're starting to see it because you're waking up to the truth of how this world actually functions. This is the resistance, Scorpio, right underneath judgment, the godless energy, the Luciferian agenda. But these people will also present themselves like their God, which is the Hierophant upright. But when you look a little closer, there's something just a little off, right? What do we have at the sacral, please? Too many cards. What do we have at the sacral? The Lovers, Zephyr, Gemini energy. So this is like Lovers in reverse, and it's so interesting that it's underneath the Temperance, because the Temperance is all about balance and harmony. Lovers upright is a very similar energy to Temperance because it's also an energy of harmony, balance. It's an energy of alignment. But this is read as a reversal. This is an energy of discord, imbalance, disharmony. It's an energy of misaligned values. It can also be an energy of divorces, but it's just an overall energy of struggle right at the sacral. So here you guys are waking up to your purpose, judgment energy, what you're supposed to be doing inside the collective. And right underneath it is the resistance, the Luciferian agenda that's trying to keep you asleep. Okay? And then right here at the sacral, here you are remaining in a very balanced, harmonious state, navigating yourself through this energy after you've awoken and moved away from the exploding volcano, right? Understanding that there was this imbalance in your life that was trying to keep you indoctrinated, asleep, in an imbalanced state so you would never actually be able to achieve this balance and wake up to your purpose here, Scorpio. This energy wanted to keep you isolated, ungrounded, very anxious. For some of you, financial instabilities in your life. It's a very fearful energy. What do we have at the solar plexus? Five of Swords, Aquarius energy, Sabnuk. This is you now spinning the wheel of fortune, Scorpio, taking control back over your life, stepping into your power, harnessing this confidence, ending these relationships, Five of Swords in reverse energy, terminating anything in your life that doesn't serve your highest good, your purpose, and what you're meant to be doing inside the collective. And this creates an exposure energy around these individuals. You seeing them for who they really are. You just had to look a little closer, Scorpio, right? These energies want you to feel powerless and inferior to them. Blocked solar plexus energy, keeping you in an energy of isolation. Blocked sacral energy. You're starting to see now that these individuals are very power hungry, very domineering. They want a complete control over your life. And again, Seven of Wands energy, just now as you start to step into your power, start to become the best version of you could possibly be in this lifetime, is it that you actually see you have no support from any of these individuals, which exposes them for who they truly are. They never wanted this. You know, I'm a Scorpio, so obviously I resonate with this. I know this Seven of Wands energy. I've been through this. You know, I've had my channel now since December of 2020. I'm approaching 50,000 subscribers. My channel has brought a lot of success into my life. It's completely changed my life. I've been functioning inside of my purpose. I've been able to reach millions of people. I've done thousands of personal readings. I've been able to have one-on-one time, helping people get through these obstacles and karmic cycles in their own life. And to this very day, Scorpios, there's not a single individual in my family, old friends, not a single person has come forward and said congratulations. Not one. Not one. You guys are all dealing with this in some capacity, however it shows up in your life. So I've been through this energy, Scorpios. I've overcome this energy, and I've mastered it. I'm telling you right now, Scorpios, for all of you that are struggling with this right now, there's nothing but success on the other side, but you must let go of these people in your life. They do not want you to step into this power position in your life because it exposes them for the demons they really are. What do we have at the heart position, please? Too many cards. What do we have at the heart? What do we have at the heart position? Baal, Aries energy, anger. This is the Emperor. This is them, Scorpio. For some of you, this could be your fathers, your mothers, siblings, friends. It's just a blanketed energy. This is them watching you step into your purpose, right? You seeing them for who they truly are. This is Emperor reversed energy. You're seeing now how your relationships with these individuals was all based off them dominating you, forcing you inside these preconceived ideas of what they had for you in your life. It's a complete energy of domination. These energies are also very immature. This is why these individuals can't look at themselves in the mirror, congratulate you on your journey, maybe take a page from your book. These are power-hungry, egoic individuals. They're very rigid in their thinking. These individuals do not change. Their whole purpose is complete and utter domination, control. And if you don't allow them to dominate you, then you are the enemy. This may even look like some of the individuals you're dealing with. Just look into the eyes, right? The eyes really give it all away. Doesn't that look like somebody who's being exposed for who they are? For some of you, this person might have a nose that kind of looks like a, well, I don't know. I mean, you see what's going on there, right? I mean, I don't want to really say it, but yeah. Maybe this person has a pet cat, a frog. It's not going to be for all of you. Maybe they look like a frog or a cat. And then we have Viuea, new beginnings, which is the Fool, also Aries energy from the Angel Tarot. This is the energy you're moving into. This is the look on their face as you're stepping into this energy. This is the Fool's journey. This is all about hope, new paths in life, a whole new beginning for you, Scorpio, because you've stepped into your purpose, your allocated position in this universe. You've aligned with your North Node position in your astrological chart. You're ascending. You've taken the call from the divine. You've been this phoenix rising from the ashes, or you're about to go through this energy. All of these things mean the exact same thing. They're all just different ways of speaking about you aligning with your higher self and doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing in this lifetime, Scorpio. Everything you need, everything you want is in that positioning. But for 100% of you out there, you do need to take chances. You do need to step out on faith. This is no easy task, Scorpio. Once you're inside that energy, like I look back now, because I did the Fool's Journey a couple years ago. I did it during the pandemic. Left everything behind. Changed my life. When you're going through it, it's very difficult. But as long as you keep your faith, keep that hope alive, and know that God's going to catch you no matter what you're faced with, I promise you, Scorpios, you will make it to the other side. And then you'll look back and you'll be like, that wasn't so hard, right? Because it's not. Once you look at it from a universal perspective, but because we're indoctrinated, we're brainwashed in some capacity, at that moment in time, it's not meant to look easy. It's meant to look impossible. Like there's just no way you can do that, right? Cut everybody out of your life, leave everything behind that doesn't resonate with your purpose and your Calling in this lifetime? It seems impossible, but it's not. All you need is you, Scorpio, and your faith. That's it. Your health, right? You know, I made it through this because I had a very strong mind. I was very healthy. I don't drink. I don't do drugs. I don't smoke. I don't do anything like this. So my mind is very strong. It's very powerful. It's very connected because I nurture that. If you do this, you will not fail. I promise you, you will not fail. This is the secret. What do we have at the throat, please? Oh, unbelievable. The moon, Gabriel. God is my strength. Divine revelation reveals messages, has the power to destroy. Like I said, Scorpio, this is the secret. The moon is all about things that are unseen coming to the light. You trusting your intuition. It's an energy of clarity. Things being revealed. This secret ingredient to your life, Scorpio, being revealed. This is how you do it. Just let go of everything that doesn't serve your highest good. Keep your faith in your back pocket, Scorpio, and get to stepping. Right underneath this Eight of Cups at the throat. What do we have at the third eye? Okay, I'm going to take both of these. Boom. Queen of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. Wheel of Fortune for the second time. Sag energy. Metatron. Ha-Emia. God, the hope of all the earth. Revelation and ceremony. Can acquire all the treasures of heaven and earth. Goes along perfectly with what I'm saying. Can acquire all the treasures of heaven and earth because you understand who you are. You're being very perceptive about your life, your environment. You're organizing your thoughts, starting to compartmentalize what's been taking place in your life. You're stepping into this very independent, self-sufficient energy, using logic and faith to drive you forward, coming up against everything that's creating pushback in your life. Seven of Wands, Leo energy at the third eye. This is where the divine's trying to get you. Truth. Defiance against all of that is trying to hold you back. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune, Metatron, for the second time at the crown to close out the reading, Scorpio. The recording angel. Advancement and progress, teaches, guides, and records events in the book of life. This is all about your destiny, Scorpio. You seeing the bigger picture and holding this vision. Allowing all this good karma that's been collected for you to now serve you by setting you up with a new life. However this shows up for you, Scorpios, there is a call going out. There's huge collective shifts taking place right now all over this planet. You guys really need to decide, which road are you going to take? Judgment stacked with Hierophant in reverse energy. Are you going to take the call, wake up to your purpose, Scorpio, or are you going to stay asleep inside of the matrix? This is literally the energy of taking the red pill or the blue pill. Making a decision, Scorpios. It's coming down to the wire now. I can feel it all over the world. Scorpios, this is the energy that's available to you, depending on where you are on this timeline, if you choose to accept. I'm going to go ahead and leave it there. Please don't forget to like and subscribe if you would like a personal reading. All that information can be found in the description below. And thank you for your donations, Scorpios. Take care.